Hello, everyone. We are Young and Old United, a 501c3 youth-led nonprofit organization that emotionally supports seniors and senior veterans in need within the community. Today, we have Miss Shannon here with us today to talk to us about her journey as a past veteran and now narcissist abuse coach. We hope everyone watching can feel a little inspired by her story and will want to create their own change within the community like her. So let's get started. Okay, hi, Miss Shannon. Can you introduce yourself to anyone who will be watching the recording in the future?
Yes, so my name is Shannon Savoy, and I am the CEO of the owner of Narc Free Living LLC, where I talk about narcissism from a biblical perspective. And it's a deeply personal mission. I found myself in a narcissistic, domestic violent marriage. And so I wanted to help other people who may be going through that, whether they're young, whether they're old. There are so many people who are dealing with this and they don't know. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me and kind of why I wanted to, start this journey.
But yeah, that's really inspiring. Yeah, we also know that you were actually like a past veteran as well, right?
Yeah, so I was in the military. I was an Army officer, Army warrant officer. I came in as an E1 private, and by the grace of God, I was able to retire as a chief warrant officer for. So yeah, I spent 23 years Army active duty.
Wow. So you've mentioned on why you started this journey. So what are some challenges you faced like early on?
Like in business or what? What aspect?
Well, I mean, for me, I would say like for your narcissism coaching journey, but honestly, if you can talk with like whatever you like want to.
Right. So I would say, okay, so I'll talk about it from a few different aspects.
Mhm.
So when I was going through this, so I had to heal, right? So that's one
Yeah.
aspect of it. So I'm still healing, like I'm still on my healing journey, right? So that's one aspect of it. But I wanted to get to a place where I could talk about my experiences and not trauma bond, not trauma dump on people, where I'm talking from a heal perspective, so a healing perspective, so that I could help other people. So that's
Mhm.
one aspect. And then the business aspect, not a lot of people want to come forward and say, I've been in this situation, because it can be shameful, it can be embarrassing, so not a lot of people want to come out and talk. So there's different challenges. And so my job is to bring awareness in a way that doesn't make people feel shameful, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, about their experience, and to let them know, like, hey, I went through this. There are men, there are women going through this, there are young, there are old people older, seasoned people, like I like to say. There are seasoned people going through this. So if you're going through this, you're not alone. But now let's get you the awareness, let's get you the tools, let's learn the red flags. So next time, you'll know. So those are some of the challenges you face. Not everybody wants to come out and say that. And then the psychological or the emotional aspect of that, having a business and a ministry like this, where people may not want to be forthcoming with what they're going through, but we have to be transparent in some regards so that they can get the help that they need.
Yeah, I really like how you share your story just to like so others know that they're not alone because yeah, it is quite shameful. So I just really like your story for
Thank you. I appreciate that.
that.
All right, moving to our next question. Was there anyone who supported you along your journey?
You know what? How do I say your first name?
Quinn.
Quinn, that's so pretty. I love that
Yeah.
spelling. That's
Thank
so
you so
cute.
much.
Yes. Okay, Quinn. I'm gonna tell you the truth about this journey, right? It can be hard because it's like you're fighting a ghost in a way. While people know, like they think they know what a narcissist is, but when you begin to talk about it, some like people like back off from you. They're like,
Yeah.
like your story's too much. Like this is, so not a lot of people, when you start discussing it, or when I started discussing it, what was going on with me, not a lot of people in my life understood it, but I did have people. God was sending like people the people that I needed along that journey, So I had an advocate, and they would go to court with me, she would go to court with me, and things of that nature. So my advocate helped me, and I will say, like, you may not find people that know about it, but God will send you a person that you need for that leg of your journey. So I didn't have like total support, and I think that's what made me stronger. But you do learn that as you go along on that journey, God will send you maybe that one person at this leg, that one person here, to help you feel like you're not alone either. So
Well, I love that response. That was really touching.
thank you.
No problem. Okay.
So moving on, like it's like kind of related. Like, how did you like stay motivated, like going through these like tough times? Because like you said, how like it was really hard because like people always have like a negative connotation towards like narcissism, so they would like have like a harder time like understanding. So I just want to know like what made you stay motivated.
Oh, y'all are asking some good questions here.
Thank you.
Y'all are making me like really think, right? Um, First of all, I'm not a quitter. Like, and that can work out for you good and bad, right? So I
Mhm.
don't give up easy. I'm very, by the grace of God, I'm very resilient. I can be hard-headed a little bit. So I have to learn to use that in a good way, because you can fight for the wrong thing. And that's what I used to do. So I'm not a quitter. I don't give up easy. I haven't had like a silver spoon in my mouth. So that's taught me to work hard for what to go after what I want in life and to create the life that I wanted to live. But my children, I have a 21-year-old, they're probably your age. How old are y'all?
We're
We're
16
like
and
16 to
15.
15,
Mhm.
quite young,
It.
yeah.
I love it. So my daughter's 22 and my son is 21. And so they were a big motivating factor, because I didn't want them to go through what I went through. And then wanting to help other people. Like, I've always had like a servant's heart, like want to see people be the best versions of themselves. So I never wanted always had in my mind, I never wanted anybody else to go through what I was going through. So if I had to go through the shame, if I had to go through the pain, and that would help somebody else out, then so be it. I just wanted people to not go through what I went through. So that kept me, really motivated.
That was
Yeah.
really amazing. Thank you.
We really think that it's like important to like help people within the community. And that's like exactly the reason we wanted to talk to you today. Like, your journey is just inspiring other women to come out there to like stand up for themselves and realize like, hey, like that's just not something we should be okay with. We should like make sure that we stand up for ourselves and that we just really make sure we fight for ourselves. And so I'm sure that you've met a lot of amazing like women in your life. And so was there a certain memorable experience that might have changed your perspective while coaching someone to like go away from like a narcissist in their life?
Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, okay, so I have a university, right? And I help women, and there are women of all ages in there, right? And so they help me to see another perspective, because all of our perspectives are different. Like, they're white, they're Black, they're Hispanic, Asian, like we come from all different backgrounds, but we have certain commonalities. So those women, and I hope I'm answering your question. If I miss it, tell me. But those women, they help me to see another perspective, because sometimes we can become, kind of boxed in to what we see and how we grow up. But then when you talk amongst community, you talk amongst other women who have gone through what you've gone through, or a different aspect of what you've gone through. They help you see the world through a different lens. And it has, shifted my perspective on some things. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's definitely not as easy, to heal, but they help you to see things from a different perspective other than what I've gone through. So did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Exactly how I was hoping.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you must have had like a lot of rewarding aspects to your journey as well. So was there like a certain moment that you felt like you really felt like you know that this is like where you want to be. This is like something that you really like feel was the moment that you realize that, hey, I really enjoy helping these women.
Yes, when I see them, okay, so my slogan is breaking the chains of narcissist abuse. So when we come out of this, like you're breaking out of a system, like you're breaking out of the matrix, you know? And so to see them in their purpose, living for God, doing what they've been called to do, you know, and they may be just starting out, but going back, seeing them graduate, because we had when I did the CBU graduation or Chainbreaker University, it was a six-week program designed for women who are coming out of narcissist abuse. So we had an agenda, and it was taking your emotional health, your physical health, your financial health. It was taking every aspect. And then to see them, we had like a graduation, and okay, so my thing is crowns, right? So I love for women
That's
to rock,
great.
and I have events called Rock Your Crown. And so I love to have women come in and rock their crown. So that's what we did on graduation day, in both in all the instances. And I love seeing them go back and help somebody else. I love seeing their lives change. And they come back and they tell me, you know, the testimonies of how you know, how this community has helped them. Those are like the most rewarding. It's like, okay, God, like I'm fulfilling purpose. I'm seeing these women's lives change, and now they get to go back and pay it forward. And that's like the best. That alone, it's not the money, because it's not glamorous or anything like that. It is seeing other people's lives change, and not only their lives change, but now their children's lives change. And it's hard work, because you go through the worst. It gets worse before it gets better. And so to see them stick it out, to stick through, you know, the generational trauma and heal that, you know, heal that generational trauma within their bloodline, within their families, it's very rewarding. So those are the best cases when they come back and tell you, and they're like, okay, you know, I'm doing better today, or they were down last week and now they're back up. Those situations, it's like, okay, keep going. This is working. Like, we're making a difference here. So yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how like people doesn't get affected by their failures. And so I just want to move to the next question.
Yeah.
So how sorry. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Ooh, the best piece. It's probably something so simple. Let me look, because I have my quotes, right? Let me look at my quotes right quick, if you don't
Okay.
mind. Because I have quotes, and I have so many, like on my YouTube channel, I have so many like little, what do you call them, like colloquialisms. Oh, okay, this is one. If you want to go, it's an African proverb. If you want to go, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. That is one of my most favorite quotes or advice, right? Because in order to go far, you need community. Like, I can only do so much by myself. Like, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. You know what I mean? So just like you three, y'all are a force. You know, it's like you can all do a lot by yourselves, but when y'all are together, it's like y'all are like what's that? Charlie's Angels. Y'all are like the Charlie.
I love that. Yeah.
You know, y'all need to do a TikTok with that or something. Y'all are like Charlie's
Definitely.
We
Angels.
Thank you for
You
the
know?
idea.
So y'all are out there helping. So you can do a lot by yourself, but when you come together, and it's always collaboration over competition. Like, there's enough room for us all. So yeah, I'm big on collaboration. I'm big on going back and helping somebody else. So yeah, I say some of those are like my most favorite ones. Collaboration over competition. And if you want to go, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others.
Thank you for
Uh,
that response.
yeah, that was really good. Like I completely agree. Like I don't think I could go through like hard times alone without like the support of like others. Like, they just really motivate me to be a better person. So yeah,
Yes, it
that's
makes a difference, you know, because a lot of people are not able to deal. Okay, let me say this. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. So where
Mhm.
Quinn is strong, is it Jaya? I want to make sure I say it right.
Gia.
Gia, that's right, Gia. where Quinn is weak, Gia is stronger. You know what I mean? And where, how do I say your name?
Fong.
Fung, and where Fung is weak, maybe Quinn is strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like a little like triangle. Like everyone can help like
exactly.
each other in some way. Yeah.
Right, because we all have strengths and weaknesses and we all have blind spots, you know? So
Mhm.
absolutely.
And our next question is, how do you envision your contributions to the community to be like in the long run?
Oh, so that's like saying what legacy, the legacy
Yeah.
I want to live or leave. When somebody thinks of me when I'm long gone, gray, and in my rocker, and I'm gone on to glory, I want, and they read my obituary, I want to be like, she lived. Like
Yeah.
mama lived. I tell my children, like, I lived before y'all. Like I lived. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want to be
Yeah.
able to live my life. I want to be poured out when I live here. I want somebody to, I don't want people to be sad. I want people to be like, okay, she helped me. I want people to know, like, okay, she lived for God and she's cool or not. I'm quirky. I'm
You
all,
are, you are,
you
don't
know what I
worry.
mean? And I want people to know, like, it's okay. Like, just be yourself, whether it's quirky, whether it's, whatever it is, live your life. I want people to think about servanthood. I want people to think about how I help them. Yeah, I want my family to be like, yes, like mom was a good mom. I want my husband to be like, yes, she was, the best. Nobody else is gonna measure up to her. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want people to be like, okay, she lived for God and she lived to help others, and she inspired me to do whatever. She inspired me to start my business or inspired me to, start my YouTube channel or whatever it is. I want to be an inspiration, and that's the legacy that I want to live.
I
Wow.
love that.
Yeah, so amazing. And I'm sure like you must have also like come across like how did you like maintain your social media and like your online presence? Like how did you realize like how did you build that? I'm sure it must have been like a learning curve of sorts.
Yeah. A lot of, listen, that's good. Y'all need to be some journalists or something. These are some good questions. And I go on a lot of podcasts. I haven't lately, but I've gone on a lot of different podcasts. Y'all are asking some really thought-provoking questions. Let me see. Okay, I never wanted to be on social media. I am a private person. I am an introvert, but I am a situational extrovert, right? So here y'all probably like, oh, she's an introvert or extrovert. No, I'm not. I like to be by myself. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I never wanted to be like out front. I'm okay with it, but that's not something that I prefer. And so I had to get over that, get over that hurdle and then start posting on focusing on one platform. It was primarily Instagram, so I focused on that one, and then I was on Facebook talking about it. And so my husband's like, why don't you get on YouTube? And so I was like, YouTube, that's for other people. And so actually that's what took off like last year. So I've been on YouTube it'll be 4 years in the end of October. And so I hit
Wow.
100,000. I'm at 128. And I know people I'm not in, the numbers are great. But to do that, and that's spend a time in talking about narcissism from a biblical perspective, it's kind of I got my flag. It's kind of a big deal. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you love goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
So nice.
yeah. So it's pretty cool to, to get that and, to get that, recognition for doing the work that I do. So yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of it still is. It's being consistent, it's being disciplined. And then I have, some help, somebody that helps me manage it, and she's amazing. So yeah, it's a lot. As you know, it's a lot.
Yep. Okay,
Mhm.
because our audience is mainly filled with high school students, what is one piece of advice you would give them today?
Oh, one piece, just one piece.
You can give as
Um,
many as you want.
Yeah, a couple of
right.
pieces here and there.
Yeah. I would say don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try. And then when you fail up. when I fail, because I fail often, but when I fail up. And what I mean by that is I learned something from every failure. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid of looking stupid. Don't give in to the peer pressure. And this time when you're a teenager, it seems like this is so important. It seems like this is the end all be all. It's okay if you don't get straight A's. It's okay if you do. But it's not the end of the world if you don't, because it's great for college, right? But nobody's going to look at your diploma and say, oh, you got all straight A's. Like, it's not. So if you you fail because you tried, and then get back up and persist and fight another day. So, and then if it's not, like if your life is not all good while you're in high school, listen, I'm telling you, if you're the ugly duckling, if you feel like whatever it is, know that, listen, when you go to your 30-year reunion, if you're skinny, all the girls that are thick now, they might be bigger. So, like it's okay. Wherever you are, it's okay. It's okay if you're the ugly duckling, if you're the late bloomer, it's okay, because it all evens out in the end.
Yes, I totally agree with all of these.
Yes, I'm now officially ready for my third reunion.
Yeah.
Right. My high school just had their 30th. I haven't been to any of them though, but
Oh,
yeah.
really?
No,
Wow.
because we live in Houston, so yeah, it's like 8 hours away. So, but I communicate with them, but yeah, no.
Oh. Okay, and our final question, it's a little different from like the narcissism perspective, but in your opinion, what is the best way to help like senior veterans in our community?
One of the best ways, arm them with information, like community events, because sometimes when people get older, they may be less mobile, or like just fun events, you know what I mean? Like walks, I don't know if they bingo, I don't know, like just events where they can just come out, laugh, enjoy themselves, and enjoy life and enjoy other seniors companies, because sometimes you can get, like used to being in your own little space. So I would say like community involvement and community events where they can come out, meet other people around their age, have some fun activities, walking, dancing, maybe workshops, especially on like computer awareness, things of that nature. Because a lot of times when people get older, they're a targeted demographic, for online scammers, narcissists, so events where they can be aware of even technology. Hey, this is how you use, just little things, and they may know, but where we all can learn something. So maybe technology driven events where, hey, we show you if you want to get on Facebook, or if you're on Facebook, just different type of events that help bring awareness and still makes them feel young, and maybe mix the groups, maybe mix the older and the younger. I don't know about you, I love being around older people. I'm almost 50, I'm 48, but I love being around, younger people, and I love being around older people. So we don't always have to keep them separate either, because, there's something that we can learn from both groups. So I hope that was enough.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much for like being with us here today, because honestly, we learned a lot.
Yeah, you're
Yay.
really inspiring.
Yay, I'm glad. Now let me leave you, if I can leave you with something, right? Because we do talk about narcissists, right? And so I want to tell people just to be, whether they're older, I say seasoned, right? Whether they're younger or seasoned, they should definitely be aware of narcissists, right? Aware of unhealthy relationships, whether it could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be, in a relationship. Especially for young adults, it's crucial that they learn those red flags, because a lot of times you'll see relationships on don't believe social media either. A lot of times they'll see those relationships on social media, not knowing that those people are arguing, that not knowing that what we see on social media is not real. If you don't have a relationship, don't think that everybody's booed up, because some people are booed up and they're miserable and they're painting a picture in front of you as if they're relationships. So don't worry if you're a late bloomer, don't worry about that. And then also I'll leave you with two more. If you don't know what boundaries are, learn about narcissism and boundaries, and when people try to cross those or they make you feel guilty, build that self-esteem. And then if you need therapy, if you need help, reach out, because those resources are out there. And then if you're older, you need to know, if you're seasoned, you need to know about narcissists and healthy relationships as well, because like I said, you could be a targeted demographic, and people may target older people in online scams and romance scams, and hey, send money to my, my uncle in Nigeria or my nephew in Scotland. So all these scams are out there. So both the young and the seasoned need to be aware that these people are out there. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that.
No, thank you. Those are really helpful. Thank you.
Yes, we really appreciate it. Like all of your advice, like it just really makes us feel that we can go out there and we can make an impact in our own way as well, similar to you.
Yes, go out there and get it. I think this is absolutely amazing what you all are doing. So if I can help, if I can be of service, if you need a recommendation, whatever it is, please let me know.
Thank you so much.
Much. Hey guys, we really appreciate you listening to this interview. We hope you now feel inspired to get out of there to make a difference by helping seniors and senior veterans within the community. If you want to know how to help, you can reach us through our social media, TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, and through our email, youngandoldunited@gmail.com. Thank
Why?
oh
You.